And the wind has been blowing a little bit, but it is 41, which is much better than it was yesterday. However, we have gusty winds. How does that affect the temperature in itself as far as gripping the stick and taking shots?
Well, in any sport where you've got a stick or a bat, you're going to reverberate your hands a little bit when it's cold. And so neither one of these two teams have really faced competition in really cold weather yet. Today, it's actually pretty mild compared to what it was yesterday, so I don't think it'll affect these players very much. But we'll see how it goes once the sun starts to set a little bit, which is pretty early here in Storrs.
The road to Storrs. Let's first start with the University of North Carolina. They took care of Delaware as the Blue Hens actually scored about 12 seconds out of the block. Everyone was on Twitter, and we were chatting with each other saying, okay, well, here we go. Let's go.
Whoa.
But Carolina came back in that one and won it 5-1. And then St. Joe's gave a pretty tough start in the beginning, but once again, Carolina, too many weapons.
Yeah, took care of business, went 10-3 on the weekend. Pretty resounding wins for North Carolina, even though Delaware kind of came out ahead of time in that first game.
Penn State's road a little bit different. They have been solid all the way through, and really made a statement, I think, in their first round victory against Louisville.
Yeah, against Louisville, they said, after talking with Coach Shar, she said that was the best she's seen her team play. They are just hitting their stride, peaking at the right time moving into this weekend.
One last opportunity for these teams to chat one last time. You think they're hungry to get out in the field? Most definitely. It's been a quick week, a short week, but we're ready to play some field hockey as we take a look at the lineup once again for the University of North Carolina. So potent up front.
Yeah, this year it's not just Erin Matson. She's got Ashley Sessa. She's got Riley Heck, the ACC Freshman of the Year. So lots of offensive threats on both sides of the ball today, Leah. It is going to be a fun offensive battle.
And for UNC, they will start with Abigail Taylor, undefeated on the season, 75% save percentage on the year, and one of the leaders in the back of the solid defensive squad. 8 shutouts on the season, and they have been really solid. Setska Bruning, the defensive player of the year, Meredith Shoulder, keys in the back for really tying up any offensive attack that comes at them. It's going to be interesting to watch what happens inside the 25 on attack for either one of these squads.
Well, and both these teams, again, so much firepower, but the defenses, that's what's going to win this game today. Who is going to hold down the fort the strongest and play together the best for 60 consistent minutes of hockey?
They have broken their huddles. Penn State, Bree Baracco heading back to the goal cage at 1.07 goals against average. 86 saves on the year. She has been just as stellar as well in goal for the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, she's really the commander in the backfield for the Nittany Lions, works on getting her offense organized and is a very communicative goalkeeper. She's fun to watch for sure. She has been outstanding.
This one's going to be fast. It's going to depend on who gets the ball first and how fast the pace wants to go. You want to dictate the motion. You also want to be careful in this one that you don't play too fast out of the socks, right?
Well, and that was something that Penn State said, in depth yesterday, was be patient. Wait for you get the opportunity to find those threaded balls. Don't force it, because North Carolina can turn defense into offense lightning fast.
Erin Matson, number 1 for the University of North Carolina, with the ball on this pass back. And typical of Carolina, they try to throw it down and get the attack going. Peyton Worth has it taken away as there is a whistle just outside the circle. Meredith Shoulder trying to make things happen quick for Carolina. They'll go outside to go inside. Ball coming across, and it will be Nittany Lions ball on the side in. High ball pressure, and now the reverse of the ball by Carolina. Try to keep things moving. Big ball hit into the circle, but untouched. That will come out. Suzanne, when do you feel as though Carolina is at its best when they're transferring the ball around?
Well, when you see that really fast connection going from side to side, they have great off-ball movement in their midfield and in their attack, and so the player is going to get into a great space for the defender to be able to thread that ball through. So when you're seeing a lot of off-ball movement in the forefield for Carolina, that's when you know they're clicking on all cylinders.
All right, with Carolina with the ball, let's take a look at some of your blueprints for this game. A lot of high ball pressure here first by Penn State.
Yeah, and you know, we can talk about Penn State and their game plan here in a second, but for UNC defensive organization, it is mission critical to their style of play. They want to come up with those turnovers, so that high press with defensive organization is key to them coming up with those turnovers. And speedy outletting. You know, transferring the ball in the backfield, which we've seen with speed, then working it up the sides with Penn State while shifting the Penn State defense. It helps them move the ball quickly and gets it to their ferocious attack players upfield.
Interesting on this angle here is we see Shoulder trying to restart off of the free hit and the spin out, looking to get it to Smolazars on the outside. A lot of high ball pressure defensively. Held whistle in favor of the Tar Heels, and they'll restart quickly. You're going to bring it back to the outside, though. Matty Orobono sends it back around. Penn State really denying that ball to go down the spine, which is just fine with the Tar Heels. They don't mind going and playing it down the sidelines.
Well, and North Carolina loves the small ball up the sidelines. They love to do the little give and goes, and so no, they actually like the ball moving to the outside of the field, and they can play their very small connected brand of hockey.
Gladio with a nice takeaway on Orobono, but it's going to be one of those games, folks. Setska Bruning with the takeaway, and we go back the opposite way now. Alessi. And with the Nittany Lions with the ball, let's take a look at some of your blueprints on their side.
Yeah, you know, Penn State's high press, they mirror a lot of what we talked about with North Carolina in their press. They've got so much foot speed similar to North Carolina that they want to put that high press on and come up with those turnovers as well. And then their midfield transition, they talked a lot yesterday, Leah, about patience. Watching UNC's film, they saw where there were gaps in their press. They want to work on that transition and finding those gaps and threading that ball through.
Gladio had it taken away. This was the best opportunity right now for Penn State inside the 25. Syra trying to send it across. And it should, no, it will actually go back to the Tar Heels. Senior Reme Ricardo sending it in to sixth-year Meredith Shoulder. Madsen with her head up. Intercepted. Here comes Ashley Sessa. Madsen and Worth on each goalpost. And a good job defensively by the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, that was exceptional defense there by Elena Voss to get that ball out of the circle.
Riley Heck doing a nice job keeping that ball in. It's off of a foot. Clamping down with some good team defense is Penn State. Just outside circle coming in off of a foot. Big ball by Ricardo into a crowd. That's dangerous. Comes back the opposite way. Penn State, the Big Ten regular season champions. They went on a tear in the Big Ten where they ripped off 7 wins in a row. First time they had done that since 2017, and trying to mount something here on the attack. Mackenzie Alessi, one of the national leaders in assists, so keep an eye on number 2 today, setting up the Nittany Lions offensive attack.
And North Carolina really utilizing the aerial ball multiple times so far in this game. And that's because of the relentless pressure that they're feeling from Penn State. They're looking for space to alleviate some of that stifling pressure that Penn State loves to put on opponents.
Play on. Looking for an obstruction. And the most outstanding player of the ACC championship, number 2, Meredith Shoulder with the ball.
Yeah, and Coach Shelton had such great things to say about Meredith Shoulder, saying she barely gives up any turnovers. She is so smart with the ball. Her hockey IQ is incredible and unrivaled.
The officials not looking to bring out any cards. You heard the hard whistle with the preventive officiating. Maggie Giddens, Caitlin Makovic are umpires today, and congratulations to them as well. It's an honor to be on this stage. They were taken a look at all season and evaluated to be in this setting this afternoon. Lisa Sinkert, who just entered the game with the ball, now on the outside. Once again, the team defense stepping back. You got to come back out and help out. And Anna Simon with a nice job there, looking upfield. Some connectivity. This one will go all the way down the field and come out for a 16 for the Tar Heels. Alessi looking to make that pass across. Being very patient against Maddie Orbono and doing a good job forcing that ball out, but they'll retain possession of the ball. Big ball across into a foot. We'll have a corner, our first one of the game.
And Leah, that was pretty atypical for Penn State. They're not usually a team that's going to hit the big ball into the circle. They normally love to drive the baseline. So Anna Simon switching things up, just looking to get the ball, get a circle positive, gets the corner call in favor for our first corner of the game.
The senior Alessi will insert. As the defense for Carolina puts on their gear.
This Penn State team, Leah, is not one that's going to play with the ball at the top of the circle. They love to hit the corners on the big straight shot ball.
Set up. Gladio with the shot, and it's going out quickly.
And that's Gladio's signature shot. She loves her backhand.
And in this cold weather, that backhand is sometimes the better one to take. Here's Slinkert, spins away. Looking to slide it across the wrong side of the stick. Wow, that was a quick opportunity in the opposite direction.
Yeah, that was a fantastic take there by Slinker. You saw her pull the ball around the defender's body, able to get that on her back stick. Unfortunately, just hit the rounded part of her stick for a free hit coming out.
Ashley Sessa to Madsen. And a corner. quick strike back by Carolina.
And if you're Karen Shelton, that's what you want to see. Your team faced adversity. They came up with the turnover off the defensive penalty corner. Now on their attacking third, able to get their first corner of the game.
40th corner of the season for the Tar Heels.
You see just a great passing sequence, sending it into the circle and off the foot of the defender, Megan Reese.
Three-time high school All-American, Ashley Sessa will insert, waiting for the Nittany Lion defenders. Matson with a big windup in front. A defensive struggle and going out as that hits the foot. Marked it up nicely, Suzanne.
Yeah, you know, that was a bam-bam play, a rocket shot off the stick of Erin Matson. Well played and read by Bree Baracco. She knew that the straight shot was coming. She lays down and is able to come up with that save.
Good overlapping play by Penn State as Sessa tries to work herself in. She does. Taken away. Peyton Worth here. No numbers. And that ball will stay with the Tar Heels. Interesting tackle. Sienna Ricardo inside the circle. Knocked back out. Well, you can't say enough of making sure that you're in the ready position with your stick down, no matter who you're playing for today.
And you see how strong the Penn State defense is holding down, staying low.
Oh,
and a
save
great
by
save
Baracco.
there by Baracco.
Right off her inside pad, we have a corner. What an amazing save. Kept the flurry alive, but Bree Baracco there, woo!
Well, it dribbled. It was deflected and kind of ping-ponged all around. And just sliding and able to get down and making that reach.
Big Ten first teamer. Getting set with the defense right now.
So we saw Erin Matson take the first straight shot to see kind of how Penn State's defense was going to play them. I wouldn't be surprised now, Leah. There's a lot of threats at the top of the circle. Look for Sitza Bruning and her sweep.
There's the slide to Bruning, back to Matson. She's got some space to create. Trying to slide it through, and it was tipped. So it will be a long hit for the Tar Heels.
And a nice little give and go. Again, you know, lots of options between Matson and Bruning at the top of the circle. Matson waits for the defender to commit, pulls the ball, able to get a shot on cage, deflected off.
The help defense by the Nittany Lions inside their defending 25 has really been solid, especially on the outside.
And that was one thing that Coach talked to us yesterday, was making sure that they're not giving up corners in places with low percentage shots, really making sure that they're playing steady, solid defense. They've done just that.
Matson keeps it alive, trying to send it across. Play on. And a corner. Matson was giving the indication, Suzanne. I saw you doing the broadcast corner signal. We have many volunteers here up at Stores this weekend to help out, make sure this all runs to perfection. The ball boys, we've noticed in the first, 14 minutes of this match. They are getting some exercise in, really hustling to help these teams keep the flow together.
Well, and it's so important too because both of these teams thrive on pace. And so getting the ball in quickly is such a big help to both of these teams. I know they're very appreciative of all the help that they're receiving.
Third quarter opportunity. 1:37 to go. Long hit for the Tar Heels. They were able to make something out of that missed trap up top.
Yeah, they got lucky there.
Smolinar's trying to send it across. Wrong side of the stick. It'll be coming out. They'll have to bring it back out to that alley area where the infraction took place. As the junior from State College, Kelsey Love. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter of play.
Smart play there by Madison Orobono, just looking to alleviate the pressure.
And Madsen is hustling down this ball because it hit the flag and stayed in play. Regardless, that will take care of the first quarter of play. Carolina, Penn State, scoreless after one. Come on back after these messages. ACC and Big Ten, you bet it's a challenge. Two of the top programs and conferences in the country. 20 ACC teams made it to the finals. 12 national titles, Suzanne.
Yeah, you know, in Big Ten, you see them. They've really come on strong since COVID. They have hit their stride, and 3 out of 4 of the teams this weekend, Leah, are Big Ten conference.
Maryland joined the conference back in after the 2013-14 season. First time 3 of the 4 finalists have been from the Big Ten.
You know, Penn State wants to win this game and make it an all Big Ten final game. It's never happened before, and I know they're looking to turn the tides in favor of the Big Ten today.
Carolina changing it up a little bit from what we've typically seen in the season, where they normally get that pass back, look to throw it downfield, kind of pin the defense. Changing things up, trying to put a little wrinkle in the scout today. Shoulder. We had a fun conversation with number 2 in white, Meredith Shoulder, yesterday, one of the captains of this squad, and she said, you know, I've never played them. You've been around North Carolina
for a few years now, right? 6 years.
On the takeaway here, Penn State trying to get inside the 25 shoulder once again and taken right back. Back and forth we go. So these two teams, that's a off the foot for the third corner opportunity for Penn State. They met in 2007 in the semifinals on the stage. We take a look at it and the reason for the call.
Yeah, and you see Mackenzie Alessi knew that there was the infraction there, raised her hand up, waiting for that call.
Teams have met 28 times coming into this game, but not since the regular season of 2008. Carolina winning that game 4-0. The last time they met in championship play is Tar Heels need another defender down here. It was 2007 for the national championship, with Tar Heels winning that one 3-0. So still waiting for the defense as Penn State is ready to go. And with their adrenaline flowing, you could bet want to make this thing start to happen. Up top. A missed trap as well. Simon with a little slip pass. Oh, and just off the stick. Maybe a little bit too much passing inside that circle play.
Well, again, atypical for Penn State. They're the ones that want to take the big ball from the top of the circle. And so they were looking to switch it up. A little mistrap there, threw them on their heels and just trying to pass the ball too much instead of going ahead, being selfish, and just taking that shot on cage.
Nice job by Simon once again. Penn State trying to get some numbers up, so they bring it back to go forward. Wallace. Take it away with the triple team. That's Bruning. A late sign for Carolina. And has really helped out in midfield back play for the Tar Heels this year.
Yeah, you know, Leah, I think it would be a completely different season for North Carolina without Sietske Bruning taking over that center back position. She has been so solid, a late signee, as you talked about, a wonderful signee, and has been an absolute joy for Coach Shelton, and has really just been exceptional as a freshman coming in, providing a lot of experience and composure in the backfield for the Tar Heels.
Riley Heck picking up the third-party obstruction, so that ball maintains with Carolina for only a second. Got to be careful when you're playing that ball down, where the players are. Goes back to Penn State. Simon. Taken and held whistle there. It'll be maintained by Penn State. Gladio trying to take it away. She does for a second.
And this is where Carolina is so dangerous in the transition.
Look out, that tip ball goes ahead to Matson, trying to make it happen. Corner called off the obstruction. Matson putting that ball in the right spot to force that obstruction call. Fourth corner for the Tar Heels.
Yeah, and again, just the passing sequence to get this ball into transition up to Erin Matson. She's able just to get a reverse stick on that, gets the obstruction call, and another corner for the Tar Heels.
Simon, Megan Reese putting on their gear for Penn State. We are ready to start the corner. Matson with a big windup, looking for a tip. It will be a long hit as it deflected off of Penn State stick.
And Erin Matson looking for the straight shot to that far post.
Molinars looking to see where there's some numbers. Up to Peyton Worth, trying to slide it to Heck. Matson trying to leak towards the goal. Double teamed defensively and knocked out for the side in. And it will stay with Carolina. Penn State locking it down defensively, marking tightly. Matson trying to leak free. Matson, certainly one of the most decorated players in the collegiate game, leaving her mark on the cusp today of breaking yet another NCAA record. It's just kind of unfallible what she's done in sometimes a lesser amount of games than some of the legendary players that have played, in many of them in this stage as well.
Yeah, it's been an absolute privilege to watch Erin Matson play, 5-time Player of the Year, the only athlete to do so in the ACC, 134 career goals. You know, she's the ACC queen in goals and points, UNC's career leader in goals and points, 3-time national championship. I know she's got a chip on her shoulder after not, you know, they lost last year against the eventual winners, Northwestern, in the first round. She wants a 4th title this season. She is definitely on the hunt. She's not satisfied and wants to hoist that trophy again this season.
Erin Matson, the team leader, coming in with 25 goals, points, as well as assists. A little bit later on in game number 2, as plays in the circle and they score, and it is number 1 Erin Matson that gets Carolina on the board.
And again, Carolina outside the circle, just looking to get those circle positives, sends the ball in with great vision, and Erin Matson, always the creator, finding space, able to one-touch that ball on her reverse side, then pushes it in for the first goal of the game.
Get some pretty good separation there, Suzanne, to settle that ball in and get her feet back around and put it exactly where she wants it. Career goals now, a record at 21. NCAA tournament play, and the Tar Heels on the board here in the second quarter. Let's see how the Nittany Lions respond now. For Penn State now, Suzanne, as we take a look at what's happening here between the 25s, free ball area, you always want to score, kind of settles your brain a little bit too, and especially on this big stage. What do you think some of the players are thinking about now, trying to build?
Well, and usually it's, you know, the minute or two after a goal is scored, that's when it's either, okay, now you got to regroup, resettle, continue playing your game. It's only 1 goal. This team, this Penn State team, has all the ability in the world to equalize this game. And so they just need to continue putting their press on, stick to the game plan, not freak out by any means, just stay calm and not give up another goal. Continue to have an attacking mindset and play their game. Put their press on and make North Carolina make quick decisions on defense. Did you see Sophia Gladio really putting on that high press?
Alessi trying to work in now. Gladio trying to poke that ball away.
And doing so smartly. She knew Alessi was right there with her, so they had a double team. They were pinching to the sideline so they could work together. That's what Penn State needs to continue to do more of.
Penn State twice this season. That ball gets slid into Sessa, kicked away by Baracco. Twice this season, the Nittany Lions with a 7-game win streak. And really, especially through tournament play, have just done a solid job outscoring opponents. Battle for those 50-50 balls right now. There's Elena Vos. Settles it back. Vos, the senior from the Netherlands, kinesiology major. Quite a few of the players on Penn State kinesiology majors, and you think about the balance that all these student athletes have to make. Here's Kennedy Kliggett. Backhander by Molinar's knocked down defensively.
That was just great awareness there by Smolinaar. She saw the space on that far side of the cage, so she kept moving the ball across the goal, across the face of the goal, moving it to her backhand side, able to get a decent shot off there with some space.
Some open space to work is Simon. Getting slid towards the outside, but that's okay. Wallace is there. Grace being followed by Orobono, crossing ball, and it's broken up by Ricardo. Sienna Ricardo, that is.
You got to give a lot of credit to UNC's defense. Penn State not getting a lot of looks at all. They're having to go against their game plan and just hit the ball into the circle, hoping to get a foot or some sort of circle positive, not getting numbers up because you saw Wallace with the ball. 4 different Tar Heel defenders all closed in on her. She had nowhere to go other than just to hit the big ball in, which in field hockey is really kind of the Hail Mary. You know, and that's not Penn State's kind of MO. They want to move the ball methodically into the circle.
Grace Wallace spent her freshman year at UVA. Past 3 at Penn State, where she is a 3-time academic All-American. Gladio putting the chase on. Tipped away, side in. Penn State trying to work quickly, but Matson breaks it up. A little stick interference there that will go back to Penn State. Semi-final game number 1. The winner will play for the national championship on Sunday against either Northwestern, looking for their 2nd consecutive NCAA title, or one of the most storied programs in all of field hockey history, the University of Maryland, who ironically has not taken home the coveted crown since 2001. Slide pass into the circle. This is a hungry Terp squad, back healthy. The Tar Heels all time, along with Old Dominion with 9 national titles. There's Maryland with 8, and our host, the University of Connecticut, with 5, taking home the very first championship back in 1981.
Yeah, UConn, I know, wants to have that title all to themselves, be the first to double digits in national championships.
Ball tipped up in the air. Those were some great rivalries back in the old days, so to speak, between the University of Massachusetts, Old Dominion, Connecticut, and Maryland and North Carolina made it consistent. Minute and a half to go here in the 2nd quarter of play. Don't go too far away at halftime. We'll take a look ahead at semifinal game number 2. Again, that will start about 3 p.m. today on ESPN Plus between Maryland and Northwestern. And we'll break down the first half stats and highlights for you in this one. Penn State with plenty of opportunity, about a minute to go. Keep in mind, if they can get it in the circle, rules have changed over the last few years. That clock stops on the corner opportunity. Just trying to mount something, see if they can make something happen. Ball kicked ahead, and it will go back to Penn State. They're trying to work quickly here. Schnarr's looking around for some teammates, was trying to lift it on an aerial, and unfortunately, double hit. Goes back the opposite way. I don't think North Carolina's going to be in any hurry here, Suzanne.
Yeah, Penn State really wants to work this ball up the field and get themselves a circle positive, get themselves a corner, stop the clock.
They've got a chance. 10 seconds, though. Got to work real quick. Clock is still moving. That'll do it. 2 quarters in the books between Carolina and Penn State. The winner will go on and play for the national championship. Right now, the Tar Heels leading 1-0 at the half. It's all about a natty. Carolina and Penn State looking for one in their future. Stay with us. We're at halftime. Welcome back to Storrs, Connecticut, home of the NCAA Division I Field Hockey Championship, where the Tar Heels lead the Nittany Lions 1-0 here at the half. Leah Secondo and Suzanne Bush with you, and much what we expected, but until we saw the numbers at the half, we didn't realize just really how much Carolina had been dominating there.
Yeah, you know, but it's been a really defensive battle. UNC has completely locked down their defensive circle, doing a really great job. But it's not just UNC's defense. No. While UNC has had a little more of the attack numbers, Penn State's defense has been pretty darn stellar as well.
As we take a look at the Nittany Lions and their defense, when they've needed to, Suzanne, they've really clamped down with some double teams for some takeaways.
Well, and you see North Carolina trying to penetrate that end line. That is something that Marette Curtis was so critical and emphasized, was making sure that Penn State buckles down on those low percentage places on the field to not give up corners there. And Penn State has done just that. They've been very effective. You see Bree Baracco with a great save there and great defense on her DPC unit there, and another great save by Bree Baracco. She has been stellar so far this game.
Matson picks up her 26th goal of the season. We talk about being at the right place at the right time. That forced the corner and set up this goal.
Yeah, you know, Matson has 5 out of 6 of the shots on the day so far for North Carolina, able to get our lone goal, and she gets, as you said, her 26th goal of the season.
Really amazing what she can do once she has that stick in the hand, little stick magic. And taking a look at the stats for the first 2 quarters of play, lopsided to Carolina with those opportunities.
Well, and it's been all Matson, right? 5 out of 6 of those shots have been Matson. 3 of those shots from Matson have been on frame. It's been all UNC, but again, Penn State's defense doing a really good job containing North Carolina.
Attacking positives, so important in the play, especially inside the circle, and Carolina just peppering away right now.
Yeah, you know, that's something that you and I talk all the time about, Leah, is once a team crosses their attacking 25, how much are they getting success from there? Whether it's a shot on goal, something in the circle, getting a corner, or getting, you know, a shot or another circle. So there's lots of circle positives, and that's what these teams are looking for.
We'll start this 3rd quarter of play with Penn State taking the pass back and knocking it down so that they can get their defense set, try to find a takeaway there. Little overplay attempt there by Penn State. They take it away and come back. Marette looks on. Schnarzu actually had a really nice defensive save in the 2nd quarter of play with the ball now. 26 in blue for the Nittany Lions. Matson on the restart. It'll stay with Carolina. And obstruction there, 3rd-party obstruction. True to form all season long, starting the 3rd quarter of play is Kylie Walber, 8-0 on the year.
Yeah, Walbert, she's a freshman, but she's the more vocal of the two keepers. And so she'll really be the backline general for the defense for the Tar Heels.
12 goals against on the season with a 1.33 goals against average, 23 saves. Save percentage of about 65.7.
That's what I said.
And actually, as we take a look at that, Abigail Taylor is still in for North Carolina. So I apologize for that. Typically they had Walbert warming up. We even got fooled on that one a little bit. So Abigail Taylor still in for Carolina. Take a look at some of your blueprints as we revisit them here in this third quarter. Tar Heels in possession of the ball.
Well, you know, defensive organization, they've done an exceptional job, Leah. We talked about what a great job their defense has done so far this game in speedy outletting. Well, we just watched them with a great speedy outlet, you know, so I give them 2 gold stars so far in the first half in what they've put together with their game plan.
Gemma Punch trying to work herself back inside. Punch, the senior forward from Australia, 2-time all-academic player, Big Ten. And for the Nittany Lions, some of the adjustments that they need to make to put one on the board here in the third.
Yeah, you know, continue that high press. You know, they got to minimize the turnovers like we just saw there, but in the transition, they've done a decent job, but they need to get more numbers up in front of the ball. Be more patient, try not to push the ball so far in front. Get numbers up, continue to move the ball, you know, pass and join, pass and join. That's what I want to see more of in the second half here from the Nittany Lions.
Penn State looking to mount something here. Inside the circle and just a little bit too far ahead as Gemma Punch was on that far post waiting for something to come across. Almost like a little bit of a chess match as we come out here in the third quarter of play. Everybody making their halftime adjustments, trying to throw something a little bit just different in the wrinkle. Because there's no question these two teams have spent a ton of time as Meredith Solder with 2 eliminations there gets it up to Madsen. Slinker and Sessa ahead of the pack. Madsen gets her feet around off of a stick. It should be oh, it stays in actually. Nice job.
And such great composure again by Bree Baracco. So many times you're gonna see a goalkeeper kind of jump out of their arc to try and come out and attack that ball, but she just patiently, calmly let the ball roll to her. She looks to find where the space is and she clears the ball into it. And that just shows you what an experienced and composed goalkeeper Bree Baracco is.
Ball that gets free and it will come back out to Penn State. Slicker. Tackle by Schnarr, and it will come out. Schnarr's doing a good job once again. Good throw upfield. Intercepted there by Reme Ricardo. Oh, good tackle. Nice job. Here we go. Let's see if Penn State can mount something.
And that's great patience right there by Elena Voss. She just pushed pause enough to allow more numbers to get in front of the ball, looking laterally instead of trying to force the ball downfield where she didn't have the numbers.
Matson trying to work through a double team. Nicely done. Great recovery by Penn State, right? The forwards coming back, really doing a job. Nice job with the midfielders, helping out 4 blue players trying to surround Aaron Matson on that play.
Well, that's just it, Leah. That's just fantastic team defense. Never count parts of this press out. They're going to come back. They're going to back tackle. They're going to put pressure on. They've got the speed to be able to hang with North Carolina. And so, yes, you know, that's their game plan. Come back to the ball, put pressure on the ball, get the turnovers, and get the ball back to their ferocious attack to find the cage.
Megan Reese, the senior, has it taken away by the 5th year. Aaron Matson. Schnars breaks it up. A slow it down thing. One thing anyways for the defense to come back and help out for the Nittany Lions.
Well, and that's one of those situations you want to put your foot in that place to break up the fast break opportunity from an attacking.
Heck, trying to slide it through. And a corner is called. Penn State says they want to look at it.
And it looked like to me, Leah, that the ball actually went off the foot of a North Carolina player before the whistle blew.
And we will have our first review. Chris Pothier is our video review official this afternoon.
Call on the fields, penalty corner for dark blue foot. I'm looking for a UNC foot.
So just as you saw it from up here, Suzanne, they'll take a look at it as well. And what a difference that will be.
Yeah, we'll take a look here. You see that ball does in fact go off the foot of Riley Heck before the corner call was made.
They actually have it up on the big screen here for the fans to be able to see it too. It's peeked over our perch up top. Charmaret Curtis down on the field with the thumbs up. It looks pretty obvious to me. Big difference here if it will be a corner or a hit coming out. Chris Pothier, the review official, still taking a look at it.
So it has to be conclusive in order to overturn.
Take a look at it one more time, Susie.
So you see that's a great tackle there.
Maggie, I have a decision for you. It's UNC foot. You're going to restart with a 15-meter. Penn State keeps the referral.
There you have it. So nice job by the captains on the field for Penn State to ask for that review. They will keep that referral. Save it for another time and then hit going out.
Because it was conclusive and overturned, Penn State retains their referral. And you're seeing Penn State utilize the ball, like moving the ball backwards. They're utilizing more of the lateral ball. We didn't see that quite as much. They used a lot of the vertical passing, trying to thread it through the first half. We're seeing a lot more movement from side to side, trying to find those pockets.
Trying to find a pocket right now through 3 defenders is Aaron Matson. Megan Reese doing a nice job kind of poking that ball away again. Penn State trying to get some numbers there. The slide into the circle. Riley Heck saying it went off the wrong side of her stick. I wanted to call, but she kept moving with the ball, Suzanne. It was kind of interesting till that call was made.
Well, and you don't want to stop playing until the whistle was. She knew there was an infraction at the top of the circle, but she kept moving the ball, waiting for the whistle, waiting for the whistle. Finally got the whistle, and that is corner in favor of the Tar Heels.
5th quarter opportunity for North Carolina on the game. Sessa is ready to insert. Bruning off to the side, read perfectly by Baracco. Boy, that came out nicely. Sliding pass across, deflected in. Matson so close on that deflection, but read perfectly by Baracco.
Another great crossing ball here by North Carolina, looking to find Matson on that close post. But Bri Baracco again.
Hear the crowd cheering as Penn State with the ball here. This crowd has settled in on this Friday afternoon in stores. Semifinal game number 1. The winner will play for the national championship at 1:30 p.m. on Sunday against either the reigning national champion in Northwestern or their Big Ten foe in Maryland. Here's Smolinars. Taps it inside. Heck. Sliding it through. Broken up by Schnars once again. She has been solid. Second opportunity. And the second goal of the day for Aaron Matson.
So many offensive threats in Carolina blue. You saw Riley Heck with good position, but a really selfless play. She goes ahead and crosses the ball, and what a great collection there by Aaron Matson. She finds the far post as Bri Baracco just off her angle, looking to try it. She slides a little bit, she misses her footing. And Aaron Matson, again, is so powerful, finds the far post for her second goal of the game.
2-0, Carolina here in the third. 27th now of the year for Matson, who has the ball. Sessa sliding away from Reese. Gaudio, the player of the year and the offensive player of the year in the Big Ten, number 3, trying to mount something for the Nittany Lions. Here she is with the ball, Sophia.
Such great stick skills.
Wow, look at that, oh goodness. How did that go wide?
And such a quick trigger. You saw she's got such lightning fast hands, lightning fast feet, able to pull that ball so quickly to her left, get a reverse shot off, and just misses on that outside post. She's so quick, so crafty. Just wide. And a great opportunity there for Penn State. Looking to light a spark in her Nittany Lions.
Simon trying to get that ball ahead. She does. Menino. Oh, held whistle. We may have a card. No, we're going to have a corner. That's just as good. It's better. You get a corner opportunity here. Trip up there. Big corner opportunity.
And Orobono looking for a referral here.
All right, call on the field is upgraded PC. UNC is looking for a clean tackle. Thanks.
So, Maddie Orobono calling for it. Thought it was a clean tackle on her part.
So she was definitely going for the ball. It wasn't that she was going for the player, but because her body shielded the play moving forward, that's what caused the trip up there.
Is it clear enough, you feel? That's tough because
It's
she
so
goes down,
tough.
right?
She goes down, and she does try and make that tackle. I don't think you can overturn this. I think it's going to stay.
Maddie Orobono, number 5, the senior. Played at the same high school as her teammate, number 2, Meredith Shoulder. And Maris, you see the fans all
Kate, can you hear
up.
me?
Here we have the announcement already.
There's no clear reason to change your call. Restart with a penalty corner. UNC loses the referral.
So that is an interesting development. Chance you take, right? The only referral you get for the game is now gone away. So we will restart with a corner as Penn State with an opportunity. This is an opportunity. We talk about those moments in the game where you get that special time to be able to execute and complete and finish. This is one of those moments, Suzanne.
Well, and it gives both teams the opportunity to take a breath, to take a pause, to regroup. And again, it's a numbers up opportunity for the attack penalty corner unit. They practice these day in and day out. And so these set pieces are really critical to scoring goals. You've got a numbers up situation. You've scouted your defense.
Mackenzie Alessi, first teamer, ready to insert. This is a more direct offense off of the corner for Penn State.
Yeah, and they'll utilize 3 different strikers when it comes to their APCs. We've talked about Fia Gladio, Gemma Punch, and Anna Simon, also really part of those APC striker positions. They've been critical. Again, they love the straight shot. They don't play around the ball at the top of the circle.
Set up for Simon, the big strike. Big rebound in front. And a held ball. Setska Bruning was trying to release it, couldn't, held up on a stick. Here's Kirsten Tomasi.
And Bruning has been so exceptional in that fly position. She reads the ball so well. She actually flies upright, which you don't see a whole lot. She just reads the ball so well. Her reaction time is lightning fast. She's been really fun to watch this season, Leah, as a freshman fly, and being so great for their DPCs for the Tar Heels.
Joined the Tar Heels late. It was a very late commitment. Oh, Peyton Worth almost had an opportunity. Would have been staring down Baracco straight on there, but couldn't hold on to the ball. Ashley Sessa sliding it through. Matson tried to do a fake pass behind her, was trying to reconnect with Sessa, didn't happen. Long hit.
We've seen Erin Matson do that a couple of times this season, a little behind the back fake.
Talk about great hands.
Yeah.
You know, we see that a lot, nice hockey players. You see it at the highest level in this game, and there's no doubt about it that Erin Matson has great hands to do whatever she wishes with that ball.
Well, again, she's got great hands, but she also has a supporting cast this season that she trusts, that she can just blindly lay the ball off and knows that you know, the player that she wants to lay that ball off to is going to be in great position and able to help her out.
Certainly the difference from a year ago, having this complement on the field. Do you feel as though that has helped to say relax her game, but let her play a little bit more free?
1,000%. You know, she's got trust in Riley Heck to be able to finish. She's got trust in Ashley Sessa, who began her career with a hat trick in Carolina blue. I mean, welcome to NCAA hockey, Ashley Sessa. Let's have a hat trick. And so the fact that she's got these supporting cast members that have the ability to finish, it's taken the pressure off of her. Now, don't get me wrong, she is still an incredible creator, can finish the ball better than most people in the country, if not better than everyone in the country. But it's taken that pressure off of her, so she can just play so freely.
3 quarters in the books, and the Tar Heels with a 2-goal advantage right now. 1 more quarter left. Do the Nittany Lions have what it takes to overcome and defeat the Carolina Tar Heels? Stay with us after this. Tar Heels with a 2-0 lead as we set to go in the 4th quarter of play. Well, last night was the team's banquets for all 4 teams represented here at the National Championship, and Penn State's Jerry Schnars with the highest GPA of any of the student athletes participating. Pretty amazing for the Elite 90 Award winner, a 4.0 GPA, majoring in biology, so congratulations. Big opportunity for Penn State. Oh, out in front. May Ricardo taking it away. Held stick there by Zofia Gladio. Penn State putting a lot of people around the ball right now. Big ball up ahead by Ricardo. Tapped and settled. Uh-oh, Peyton Worth with some room. Worth, Matson trying to race back into the scene and broken up on the play. 3 Penn State players coming back and helping out defensively. Emily Farrell was there, and I believe she was the final one to break up that play.
Well, and Erin Matson putting herself in good position too. Peyton Worth looking to cross that ball back over to Erin Matson, intercepted by Elena Voss. She has been so strong in the backfield for Penn State.
Peyton Worth actually played her early days at Penn State, came over to North Carolina, then with the Tar Heels, former teammate WC Eagles and friends, number 10 in white, rejoining with Matson. Last 2 years. A lot of these players familiar with each other, coming from the hotbed of field hockey in the Pennsylvania region, and many of them playing club ball together. Sienna Ricardo having some fun with her sister Romay there, back and forth.
Yeah, Romay is the oldest of 8. Sister Selena is at Michigan State.
Father Jeff, their coach, quite a bit, actually. Big supporter of the sport of field hockey. Here's Heck. That's a good job defensively there by Elena Voss. Breaks it up, slows things down. Look out, Baracco with a safe second and third chance opportunity. It's Peyton Worth with the goal. 3-0 Tar Heels.
North Carolina now, after getting that second goal, Leah, you just felt the momentum shift They could play free now. They don't have to worry about just having a 1-goal lead. Peyton Worth, again, getting that second chance opportunity, collects that ball, finds the far post. Bree Baracco, again, staying compact, but just a second late on that delivery from Peyton Worth. It is a 3-0 lead in favor of the Heels.
Just the 5th goal of the season for Worth, and that's what, you know, Suzanne was alluding to, the fact that this is just a different makeup of this Tar Heel squad with 12 different scorers on the season. Sharing is caring. Matson picking up the assist, so 2 goals and an assist for Matson. Now her 10th assist of the season. Family all bundled up across the way. Mom played at Yale, not too far from here.
Assistant. Oski.
Add it to the record books. Tying Caitlin Falgowski, who also had a very storied career in a Tar Heel uniform. Sessa, oh, she's got some room. 1-on-1 with Baracco, oh, nice save by Bree. Cut down that low angle shot.
And Bree with her 5th save of the game. Sessa so crafty with her stick skills, but again, well read by Bree Baracca. She just continued to stay on her line, able to take that shot off the stick from Sessa.
For Penn State now. There's still plenty of time. 9:45 to go, 43 now. Need to mount something, get something to feel good, right? They've had the opportunities in the circle.
Yeah, at this point, it's one at a time, Leah. You got to get one in the cage before you can say, I need to overcome a 3-0 deficit. And so it's all about just continuing to stay with their high press, get the turnovers, mount some attack, get their corners. You know, they've got great strikers on their corners. They have to get one on cage. A nice redirection there as UNC continues to put the attack on Penn State's defense.
Just doing anything to slow the pace right now. Take some time off the clock. As Punch calling for the ball on the outside. Taken back away. Can't go directly into the circle when you're inside that hash mark area. It's got to go 5 to return. So Carolina looking to bring it backwards to go forwards. Menino did a nice job breaking that one up. And the ball going back to Penn State.
We've got to give a lot of credit to UNC's defense here. This is a Penn State team, Leah, that averages 15+ shots per game. They have been limited to just 4 shots so far. Only 1 has been on frame, and so you got to give a lot of credit to UNC's defense. They've executed their defensive game plan to a T today.
Coming into this NCAA championship round, had outscored opponents by almost a 3-time margin. Ricardo trying to deny that ball as Penn State trying to keep it alive. It'll be a long hit. long hit if they can move quickly here. First teamer, Mackenzie Alessi, looking to reset. Loose ball. Punch, trying to get her feet around. Working that end line as Suzanne talked about, to work from that outside down low, get it in. Voss. See if something can work on the right side. Broken up by the Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC in shoulder. Here's Kennedy Cliggett. No numbers for Cliggett, and taken away by Voss. Voss, a true student of the indoor game as well, and sometimes those are the players with some of the finest stick work, working in smaller areas.
Yeah, she was fun to talk to, Leah, yesterday, talking about how, you know, she's going to go back to Holland after the season's finished, go back home, wants to go to med school, and you know, she said the one thing about going back home is hockey doesn't finish for them after, you know, their NCAA run is over. She'll continue to play hockey at a high level.
So she said, until I'm very old or decide not to play anymore. All different levels by the Dutch. And like many of the European players that we have an opportunity to chat with, just so thankful for the opportunity to come to the States, get their education, and to be able to continue to play. A little bit different. Many of the players tell us if they were playing at home, because of the level of education, the institutions are a little bit different at the college level. You can't, it's very hard to do both. Very hard to do both at the same time.
Well, and you live, breathe, and eat your teammates and hockey here in the States, as opposed to maybe training one day a week, having a match, one game per weekend. You know, you're all similar ages, as opposed to club back in the Netherlands specifically. You could have 18-year-olds, you could have 30-year-olds on the same team, and so it's a different experience for these players, these Dutch players, to go back and take back as part of their experiences in the hockey world.
Coming up at roughly 3 p.m., game number 2 here on ESPN+. It'll be Maryland, the 3 seed, taking on the 2 seed and reigning national champion, the Northwestern Wildcats. Tracy Fuchs, the head coach of Northwestern, coming home. She was an All-American here, and really back in Tracy's day. What I would say, the Erin Matson of her era, no question about it, during her days here at the University of Connecticut. Very special for Tracy. We had an opportunity to speak with her last night at the banquet.
Yeah, you know, kind of a passing of the torch, Leah.
Yes.
One goat to another here this weekend.
Held whistle, corner. Corner called.
And that's just a great, gritty play here by Alessi. Takes a little bump there, continues to play, waits for the whistle called, gets the corner in favor of the Nittany Lions.
Important piece with the clock stop. 3:38 to go in the match. One of the better rules I think I've liked over the years that they have changed in this game, stopping the clock on the corner play.
Agreed. Well, and with the players, the defensive players really getting kitted up now. You know, it's important. And with the velocity of shots coming off the strikers, it's important to have that extra gear.
Tip ball on that, the 4th corner opportunity of the game for Penn State. Still get a long hit out of it, but the clock will continue to run now. Big throw downfield to Worth. Matson trying to run ahead of the pack. She has some space, and the ball was on the right side there. Trying to be broken up by Elena Voss. First thing she did was say something to Erin Matson. It's good defense there by Voss to break up the play.
And you saw good sportsmanship too. She raised her hand up and said, you know, little incidental contact.
Yeah.
Both players just going for the ball there.
Working hard.
Yeah.
What's up, coach?
Matson is sliding it over to Worth. Heck coming in from the wrong side there, interfering with the play, and Voss saying SETI will come back out. Big ball in by Lessie and a little bit too dangerous there. It'll come the opposite way. 1 minute to go in this semifinal, game number 1. Fans starting to feel it. Semifinal Friday. A great season by Penn State, no doubt about it. One last charge here by the Tar Heels. Anna Simon, who's played a solid game on both ends of the field for Penn State with the ball, outlets it to punch. Time to just run out the clock and protect the ball in the corner. Gladio with the spin, trying to work it inside the circle. One more corner opportunity. Does Penn State have it? Gladio trying to work quickly, and that will do it. North Carolina wins it 3-0. The celebration, and actually we have a time on the field. 3-0 the final for the Tar Heels. They are headed to their 22nd title game.
North Carolina, it was all their attack all day. 11 shots, 8 have been on frame. Even though Bree Baracco played fantastic in goal, Penn State's defense trying to do the best they can, but they just couldn't contain the firepower of North Carolina. And, you know, Leah, they have now in the NCAA tournament, the Tar Heels are outscoring opponents 13-3, and they're going back to the title game on Sunday.
Congratulations to Penn State. They finished the season at 17-4, representing the Big Ten and Happy Valley. Take a look at the bracket, shutout by Carolina, now advancing to the title game on Sunday at 1:30 Eastern on ESPNU. They will take on the winner of either Maryland or Northwestern coming up. The Tar Heels headed to the championship game with a 3-0 victory. For our entire crew, my colleague Suzanne Bush, Maryland and Northwestern coming up. 3-0, Tar Heels the final.